Justin Trudeau has been given this deadline of Monday to decide on whether he'll step down. That's just a day away. What are you anticipating from the Prime Minister?
I don't think that Trudeau's the type to respond to somebody else's deadline, but I am very much aware from people that I've been speaking with at the highest level of the Liberal Party that he is giving this serious thought. And there is an alternate plan afoot where they would use prorogation. And essentially, the House has been shut down by procedural maneuvers by the opposition parties led by the Conservatives. Nothing's moving forward. That gives Trudeau a bit of an out to use that technique. Prorogation is just suspending Parliament, and you start afresh with a new throne speech, that sort of thing. And it would give the party and him time to think about where this is going. People have to understand, a political leader like Trudeau has no choice but to say he's staying around. He's starting his 10th year in office in just a few days. And he knows that there's a best before date for everyone in politics. He's also relatively young. He's in his early 50s. He's still got another full career ahead of him doing other stuff that he might like to do and probably make a heck of a lot more money and have more of a life than you have in politics. But he's not going to say anything different than what he's been saying, that he's sticking around, everything's going great. He knows he's facing trouble with his caucus. He knows he's facing trouble with the executive of his party. And he knows that there are able people waiting in the wings, not just good people in his cabinet, but people like Christy Clark, former BC Premier, Mark Carney. Those are top names that would be able to perhaps change things for the Liberals, because right now the resistance that they're getting, Renee, is against Trudeau personally, and their numbers are tanking because of Trudeau personally. Is that fair or not? Another question. It's a reality, and he knows it, and he's going to have to act on it.
Now, these MPs are apparently threatening consequences if Trudeau stays on. What could be on the table?
Well, what could be on the table is them being more open about it. We know that a couple of dozen people have signed this letter asking him to step aside. You might start hearing there's some people in the party who are rumored or tipped to have been starting to tell Trudeau. I know at least one who has been telling Trudeau, look, it's time to regard this as your legacy mandate. It's time to move along. And of course, he's saying that he's not going to be doing that even to them. But there will come a time when there'll be a critical mass of resistance, Renee, both amongst the people who run the party, the grassroots organizers, riding association presidents and the like, and of course the people in his own caucus. So there will come a time where he's going to have to reckon with that. Is he painting himself into more and more of a corner? It depends on his explanation when he decides to change his mind. Plante had a very simple, fresh explanation. She said, I don't have the energy to do another term of office, and I'm leaving, despite the fact that up until now she had always been saying the same thing as Trudeau. Will Trudeau have something a little bit better? Will he be going on to another job that we don't know about? Perhaps. But he's paid a heavy personal price for his political career. Some say that he doesn't have anything else to do because all he really knows is politics. I think that's a bit short. I think the guy's got talent and ability, and we'll find out what his future plans are. If he does decide to stick around, it will, of course, be, it's a tough term, but a bloodbath for the Liberals in the next election.